Hey, welcome on in. It's your boy KB coming at you from my Soul Renegade Sound Studios right here in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and you are listening to another episode of the Ken Valdez Approach. You know, every once in a great long while, you discover an artist that just speaks to you. This artist will just shake your very soul, open your eyes real wide, open your ears probably even bigger. And, man, you just cannot shake this artist. They just do something to you. I discovered an artist like this not too long ago. I was told by some friends of mine to go check out the opener for my friend Samantha Fish. And lately she's been out with a guy named Django Knight. So I took a deep dive into Django Knight and was absolutely blown away. This guy brings in rock. This guy brings in funk. This guy brings in funk. This guy brings in funk and blues. He can play his ass off. He can sing his ass off. He is incredible. I think that you are going to enjoy learning about Mr. Django Knight and checking out some of his music. And that is what we're going to do right about now. So come along, everybody. This is my conversation with the one and only Mr. Django Knight. Yeah, so here I am with Django Knight. Django, what's up, man?
I'm blessed to be here, bro. How are you?
I'm doing well. Yeah, it's another Minneapolis spring day.
I'm jealous, man. I wish I was in Minneapolis.
Dude, I'll tell you right now, it's looking like it's probably going to either rain or snow. So
sometimes it snows in April, bro.
See, and that's why I love you, man, because you know. Yeah, where are you right now?
Birmingham, Alabama.
Right on.
Yeah, Birmingham, Alabama. So got here today, and we play tomorrow. So
very good.
Just chilling in the hotel, then off day, you know.
I know that feeling. I miss that feeling very, very much.
Yeah, man.
So Django has been out with the one and only Samantha Fish, who I think the world of, and have been blessed to share the stage with her on many occasions. But I was telling Django before we started this interview that I was told by a few friends to check out the act that was warming up for Samantha because he's awesome. And upon hearing him and upon doing this deep dive, Django is like this embodiment of everything that I love about music. Like all the styles, all like what he does, how he sings, how he writes, how he plays, the whole thing all wrapped up into one artist, man. So ultimately, bro, I want to get to know you. Like who are you, man? Tell me about yourself a little bit.
Man, it's a loaded one. Man, I'm essentially musically. I mean, I'm a blues guitar player, writing and playing funk. That's kind of the best way I could describe it. You know, I've always described Hendrix as a blues guitar player that played rock. You know, and I kind of look at it the same way. I mean, like I'm 100% firmly rooted in traditional blues, and that's how I got started. And you know, funk has always been the music that made me, made my soul sort of move, not that blues doesn't, but just, a certain type of funk in a different way, that Minneapolis sound, the old school James Brown vibe stuff, Gap Band stuff, all the old classics, that kind of thing, just kind of throw like loud guitar in front of it and, give it some bluesy type lyrics and
there you go. There you go, man. Yeah. Well, I mean, I definitely hear, a lot of that R&B kind of stuff, especially within your vocals. Like I'm catching Stevie Wonder. I'm catching
Stevie's a massive influence on me, man. I mean, there's no denying that.
Yeah, Stevie and Charlie Wilson.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. Stevie is he's the guy, and who better to learn from, and God has given us this guy, for all this time,
right?
To be able to have his music and musicians like me coming up and over the last 30, 40 years have learned from that guy,
Right.
So,
right.
Same for Prince and, all the iconic names, man. So
yeah, your influences are really present. And one of the cool things about, doing this deep dive is going into your record, which I love. Like I said, I just like what you're doing is, you're wearing your heart on your sleeve, man. You're wearing your influences right there too. So, I mean, yeah, I'm hearing a lot of the blues stuff. I'm hearing, kind of that Prince and Stevie Ray Vaughan type guitar. And then of course it's that New Jack Swing. And then you got your Stevie and you got your Charlie Wilson and stuff like that. Right. But here I am, like going through it, and I caught Last Child from Aerosmith on there as well.
Yeah.
And that has to be the coolest version of that song I've ever heard in my life. So good.
Nothing's better than the original. But
oh man, I think that you put up a strong argument against that one, man.
Man.
I respect them, and I think the world of them. That was ridiculous, man.
Man, thank you. There's no chance, man. I no chance, man. That the original song is just it's iconic and will always be my favorite Aerosmith song, man. Those guys are amazing. I hope to get to go see them in Las Vegas soon.
Sure enough. So tell me about this, man. Tell me about, where you're from, how this all came about for you with music and the guitar and where you're obviously out on the road with Sam right now.
Yeah.
How has this all kind of led to this moment in your life?
Man, I got started young, man. I started playing guitar, somewhere around the age of like 7 or 11, like somewhere in that like little gap.
Sure.
So usually when people ask me, I just say 20 years. I know I've been playing, but I guess I grew up in a household. I grew up with parents who knew great music. You know what I mean? So I was always exposed to just awesome music, and that's what I grew up with, and grew through it, that way, and navigated towards the guitar, from seeing guys like Stevie Ray Vaughan and Hendrix, and the first time I saw Stevie Ray Vaughan play guitar behind his back, live at El Macambo in 1983, I knew right there. I was like, okay, that's what I'm doing, So, I still can't play guitar behind my back, but but maybe one day I'll get there. But yeah, man, that's and when I was, coming up, I was big, like I said, big blues rooted, big into traditional blues, and Joe Bonamassa, huge influence coming up. I absolutely idolize that guy, and he's one of the best guitar players ever. I think that's there's no disputing that, no argument there, man. He's a top guy, man, and he's the blues rock titan, man, and seeing him, that's actually how I met Brett. Was through Joe.
Sure, and Brett is Django's manager.
Yeah, awesome guy. Brett worked for Joe for quite some time, and yeah, man, he's just a heck of a player and influenced me early on. So you hear a lot of that in my playing, I'm sure. But yeah, man, just I navigated towards the guitar, man, and got to see guys like Joe, Eric Gales, Kenny Wayne Shepherd when I was a young kid, and just watch those guys and be influenced and just kept playing, and here I am.
Really, what you're doing is you are taking the sum of all parts, all these influences, and creating something that is very unique and very much your own. You have a tremendous voice. You have a tremendous skill with the guitar. You have a tremendous skill with writing. And, as I've told many people on this show, one of the things that I like to do here is introduce my audience to people that they may not have heard of or may have overlooked or may not have been exposed to, but damn sure should know, and you are definitely one of those guys. And
Thank you,
with
man.
that said, man, it's like I'm so fascinated about your journey, because you do have all of these parts that lead into the music that you create, right?
Yeah, it's really weird. It's kind of weird. Yeah, man. I believe everyone. I kind of follow the Steve Harvey ideology of things when it comes to life. I believe, I believe everybody has a gift, and not everyone knows what their gift is, but I'm blessed enough to know what mine is. Yeah. And sometimes when I sit down and write songs or work on music, it just flows, and I shock myself. You know what I mean? And I'm super grateful to be able to play, and that's kind of how I look at the whole thing, man. I used to be really focused on just the guitar and gear and pedals and pickups and yada yada. And it's like, dude, at the end of the day, I don't even care about anything. I've had the same pedal board for the last 6-7 years. Nothing has changed in my rig. I focus more on just the production and making the music versus just, geeking out on gear and focusing on one thing. And that's cool. But, I'm more focused on, the whole creating process of, the production and all those things. And that comes from and being influenced by Stevie Wonder, to start, and Prince to follow,
Right.
So, man, I really don't know, man. I mean, I just love to play, bro. I just love to play, and I'm grateful to play, man. I mean, I don't know what else to say, man. I'm just it's like I'm just blessed, man. I mean, seriously, bro. I mean, I'm just blessed, man. I'm on tour with Samantha Fish. She's a phenomenal artist.
Yeah, she is.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I didn't know how good she was.
Yeah.
I didn't know how much of an amazing performer she was or is. And, songwriter, man, I spoke with her yesterday, and I asked her a couple questions about some songs that are on her set list, and some stuff that I was curious about. And, I was just blown away that some of the lyrics she writes and some of the chord structures and songs that she writes. That girl's a genius, man.
Yeah.
And I mean that. And if anybody's sitting back, hating or saying something negative, you don't know what you're talking about, man. That girl.
I agree, man.
That girl is one of the toughest females in music, man. And nobody works harder than her. So that's how I want to work like her. That's kind of my goal there. So.
It sounds like you have a really good head on your shoulders, man. And that's especially in this business, man, especially in this business. It's such a breath of fresh air. It's so refreshing, and it's needed. It's needed because, I've always told my bandmates, be nice.
Yeah.
Be nice.
Yeah,
At the end of the day, be nice. At the end of the day, just, I mean, what an amazing opportunity we have to go and play for these people. What an amazing opportunity we have to.
I'm always grumpy. So,
Are you serious?
I got to work on be nice. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I was going to say, that's ridiculous. It's like, man, if you guys see this dude right now, smile on his face, man.
It's funny here, I mean, man, I'm a clown, man. I'm a clown, man. I like to clown around and have fun,
Right.
But yeah, man, this is, we're all blessed to be here and on this planet, man, and be able to play music and listen to music and enjoy music. And, that's what I tell people every night when I play at Mansion. It's like, dude, Like, no one is in here talking about politics. Nobody's in here, calling each other racial slurs or, throwing slogans at each other. Like, bro, we're all in here having a great time listening to this music, enjoying this experience. And, I just hope that the people can realize that instead of just going and, drinking and having fun, hopefully people can go to the concerts, whoever they go see, and realize like, yo, this is a supernatural experience, not just, not just a show, because you can go on YouTube and watch anything. But, when you go and see that in person and, like, for example, last night we've been on tour. This is like our 12th show on this run or so. Honestly, last night was the first night I had a chance out of like 2 runs working with Samantha to actually go out in the front and listen. And dude, I mean, I have no, like, y'all, everyone watching this, like, if you don't know who Samantha Fish is, you got to go to a show. I'm not talking about go on YouTube. You need to go buy tickets.
Yes.
Go buy tickets. And dude, I mean, you're talking about she's going to be here for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, she's bad, dude. Ain't no two ways about it.
Yeah, and she's worked her butt off too.
She's
so hard.
She's so tough. It's ridiculous, man. And I ain't saying that, like I said, just because I'm here working with her. I keep it 100, man. That girl's tough. And she needs to get her flowers, man.
Yeah, well, also, man. I mean, she reinvents herself every record.
Yeah, dude.
And so she's not pigeonholed by anything. She's a true artist.
That's big boy. That's big boy, a different level type material. Most people aren't going to understand.
Right.
To be able to stay relevant and continue to evolve is probably, I think, one of the most challenging things.
Yes.
And the fact that she's able to do it both on stage and on record is, that's what, that's where it's at.
I 100% agree with you, man. I think the world of her. I always have. I always will. And she's a sweetheart. I consider her a friend. And man, the word respect, right? I respect what she does, Absolutely, but it goes beyond that because it's like this, the fact that she just does what she does.
Yeah,
like you said, that's like genius stuff, man.
Absolutely, no question about it.
She's right there like that. So I think the world of her. So going back to you though, man, I hear that stuff too, though, bro. You are on that savant level of just
bro,
straight badness, man. Yeah, you are. Yeah, see,
I appreciate that, but I can explain to you. No. I appreciate that, but I'm also a realist. I mean, like, bro, I can play other instruments. Yeah, I can do studio production now. Yeah, stuff I couldn't do 5 years ago. But dude, there's cats out here that are actual students of the game as far as, like Eric Gales, man, Bonamassa. There's so many great players that are, dude, you ever heard of a dude named Doug Rappaport?
I don't think so.
Oh, bro, I'm gonna send you some of his stuff.
Please do. Man.
I mean, these guys, you talk about savants. Hey, man, listen, I know how to perform. I know how to get up and play and sing and perform, and that's what I love to do, but there's dudes out there that scientifically understand the guitar.
Sure.
And I ain't one of them, bro. I just like to play.
But I love that.
Sounds good, then that's cool with me, but I am not one of those dudes, bro. Like dude, I'm not I ain't tough like that,
man.
So,
well, I mean, you mentioned Gales, man, and Eric and I go way back, and dude, he's one of my favorite people. And he is, in my opinion, the greatest living guitar player. Just
no question, bro. Without question,
that guy.
Without question, Prince passed, but without question, yes, he is hands down. I believe the greatest guitar player potentially ever. He's just, the guy is just, he's anointed, man. He's special.
Yes,
and He's special. You know, guys like Kingfish, special. Yes.
Love Fish, man. Yes.
Dude, special.
Yes.
You know, it's Kirk Fletcher.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Kirk is great too.
You know, real, true, legitimate bluesman.
Yes.
I'm all about it.
Yes.
I'm all about it.
Well, man, tell me a little bit about your journey, man. So, I mean, when you came from a household that listened to good music, you said.
For sure.
So when you were coming up and you started playing and stuff, I mean, were you doing the local scene? Were you doing the bars and clubs and stuff like that? And
yeah, man. You know, I'm from Indianapolis, man. So I got started playing the Slippery Noodle. Slippery Noodle. And if any blues cats out there, you know, they know the Slippery Noodle. And as far as that area goes, you know, that's the spot, man. And you know, the Yeagis, that family, were super kind to me when I was younger, I should say. I'm still young, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, you know, they were super kind to me, man. And, you know, I was able to get in there, you know, 17, 18 years old, man, and start playing real shows, you know, talking 3, you know, hour and 10-minute sets, you know, of real traditional blues sets. And that's really where you learn. You could get in there and cut your teeth. And that's, you know, that's where I got started, man, just doing stuff like that. And, you know, you try to branch out, you just keep working and, you know, hope to meet people and, you know, hope to share, you know, make connections and, you know, hopefully you meet some people and they promise to keep their word to you and, you know, and throw you a bone and hopefully they do. And boom, you know.
Yes, sir.
You know, doing the circuit, meeting people, you know, I met, like I said, Brett, and me and Brett started working together, you know, here in the past couple of years. And, you know, he's a tremendous guy, man. That's my dude. You know, we talk multiple times a day, every day. You know, he's all in with me, and you know, he understands my drive and my passion for wanting to get to the next level. You know, and be as great as I can be. Good. So, but yeah, man, just playing early, man. You know, just kept shedding. You know, don't stop.
Right on, man. Who are you listening to these days?
Man, honestly, man, right now, not much of anyone. Not much of anyone. I've been writing a lot of songs. I've written a few over the road the last couple of weeks that we're going to put out soon, hopefully. And, you know, I spend a lot of time, you know, doing production and writing and, you know, making new tracks. And, you know, I don't have much time to listen right now, but I do make time for it, you know, and just kind of depends on like what mode I'm in. Right. But if I'm in the mode, man, I mean, I could be on a Stevie kick. I could be on a Prince kick at any moment. I think one of the songs I covered by Stevie is "You and I" on the piano. And I've been revisiting that and listening to that over and over again, you know. Nice. Just listening to the production and you know, how the vocals are mixed on that song, and you know how it's very simple. There's a couple synthesizers and, you know, Stevie's piano, maybe another piano on top of it or something. And, you know, but the vocals on that song are just so rich. And, you know, I'm more into stuff like that, man. If I do listen, I listen to like production and, you know, how stuff's mixed and, you just try to learn from it.
Sure. You know? So, but why is that? Why are you listening to that? Like, what is it about that gets you?
I mean, you know, guys like that are the best. I mean, you know, you can't get better production than, you know, Prince and Stevie. I mean, those are two, you know, those are some top dogs, man, you know, and they're just my personal favorites, man. And I'm just passionate about that style, you know, and that vibe, you know. I focus my vocals, you know, I kind of have not quite the same range as Stevie, but a similar range. I kind of have a more of a higher pitched voice. that I try to hide when I talk. But oh, dude, my friends roast me for it all the time. My buddy Big Mike, he'll be watching this back, and he'll be on the floor crying because he's gonna call me and say I was trying to use my low voice.
Oh,
But
nice.
because those guys are the best, man, and I aspire to be a top artist, man. I want my music to sound great, and that's the best way to learn is just listen from the best, man.
Well, let's go into your vocals just a little bit, man, because like I said, I'm definitely hearing Stevie. I'm definitely hearing Charlie Wilson. I'm definitely hearing that big soulful R&B kind of influence.
Definitely.
Now, how did that come about with you?
Man, I just started singing Stevie songs when I was a kid, man. I mean, that's really it, man. I worked on my range,
Right. And you have a crazy range, man. You got a falsetto for days.
Thanks, man.
It's fantastic.
I worked on that for a long time, and it's tough to keep it going. Let me tell you, because you get older and your voice changes every year,
Right.
So, but yeah, man, I just, singing was always number one for me. That's what I started doing. My dad's a phenomenal singer, and he sing. And what's funny is he sings in a completely different style. He sings in more of a Luther Vandross, air blow type style.
Sure.
And so that's something I've also learned how to do. Certain situations call for different styles of vocals. But yeah, man. Honestly, man, again, Stevie, bro, Stevie and Prince. I mean, I can't, ain't no getting around it, and I'm not ashamed of it at all, man. I'm super influenced by those guys, man, and, Stevie's range, Prince's, his enunciation and his, the way his words come across and cut through the mix and certain songs, especially like falsetto and, man, I like I said, man, that's what I'm a student of the game of is I study all those things, man. I could bore you with for days with the stuff like that, man. But yeah, man, just all, man. Well, no, man, I'm just but I mean, literally down to like I was talking earlier about how things are mixed and trying to figure out, what kind of compressors was he using on that, or what's the room sound like? Can I hear the room? I can hear his jewelry through the music or through the mic cutting through,
sure.
How, what I mean? There's certain things. It's like you pick up on different techniques and, I wonder, was he using a supercardioid mic? Was he using a condenser mic? Was he recording in a small room? Like that's the kind of stuff I want to learn and figure out. And that's what I'm into. And all those kinds of things affect, how stuff comes across, man, how it comes across on record, bro. So they all have their places, but those are big components that big time engineers know about.
Absolutely, yes.
And that's the kind of stuff I'm into studying, man. But vocally, man, just yeah, dude, Stevie and for range and Prince, man. It's. And honestly, man, I'll say this. I'm a big fan of my favorite Bonamassa record was Black Rock, because I think it's pretty apparent that he worked on his voice, man, and focused on that. Right. Dude can sing his ass off, man. He can sing his ass off and he's a great singer, a great blues singer, so honestly, I sometimes I hear some of my early Bonamassa influence coming out with my vocal,
Nice.
Dude can sing, man. But yeah, just stuff like that, man. Just shedding vocals all the time and trying your best to be Stevie Wonder.
There you go. I'm going to take a short break from my conversation with Mr. Django Knight to let you know about Quilter Amplifiers from Quilter Labs and the mind of the mad scientist himself, Mr. Pat Quilter. I started using Quilter Amplifiers probably about 5 or 6 years ago, I think, but I started using them because I was really tired of being on the road being kind of in the middle of nowhere and not being able to find more tubes or somebody to nurse a sick amp back to health, or maybe there was a solder joint that needed to be replaced or something. I didn't have to worry about it with Quilter, and they sounded amazing. I didn't have to worry about it because there are no tubes in Quilter amplifiers, but I guarantee you, you'd never know it. Pat Quilter has come up with something very, very special. Not only will it not break the bank, it won't break your back either. These things are super light and they sound incredible. They just released their brand new Aviator Cub UK, featuring amazing tones reminiscent of some of your favorite Marshalls and Vox amps. Go check them out. I swear by them, and it's just pure tonal goodness. You can go to your favorite music shops, or you can go check them out at www.quilterlabs.com and let them know that your buddy KV sent you. Well, let's go to guitar, and this is why I am just fascinated about your music, man. So you have that side, that funky R&B side that just, I mean, it that's the stuff that for anybody listening, if you haven't caught this yet, like that's the stuff that moves me. I'm living in Minneapolis. You got to be into that stuff or else something's wrong with you.
It's a groove, man.
It's a
certain vibe.
But I'm also from the Southwest, and you're from Indiana, and you play your ass off, man. You are a guitar player. How was it that you were able to combine the two? Like, how were you able to be like Stevie Ray and that and Stevie Ray and Stevie Wonder together?
Bro, I had to stop being a guitar player and play the guitar. You know what I mean? That's honestly the best way I could put it is, and it kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier as far as not being a gearhead and not, sometimes, man, you got to let the shit go. Excuse my language. You got to let that go and focus on other areas of the music, man. And, because at the end of the day, bro, I mean, you should be able to take any guitar in any situation and make it work.
Yes.
That's part of the art of being an artist, is you should be able to take any, I'm not talking, I'm sure people are going to think of some goofy situation like, well, what if you had one string and like, nah, bro, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, you should be able to, hop on any, like one of my issues right now, I'll be honest with you, I ain't afraid to, I ain't got no pride like that. I'm fairly new to playing piano, man. I've only been playing piano for like 5 or 6 years, and I still have issues with playing like weighted keys. Wow. It bothers the shit out of me, man. But I mean, again, man, it's all about practice. I haven't had a weighted piano for very long, so I hope to overcome that and because I love playing, it's just it is different, it is different. So guitar wise, man, I mean, I play the guitar, man. You know what I'm saying? I play the guitar. There's guitar players out there that are expert players, and I'm not that guy. I'm not.
Yeah, fool me, my bro.
Well, I appreciate it, but the real guitar players know what I'm saying. I'm not that dude, man. I play the guitar. I love playing the guitar, but I also love to sing. I love to perform, bro. I love to put on a show. I love to make people happy. I love seeing people with the rocking out in the audience and with their arms in the air and screaming. And that's what I like, man. I like making people happy with putting on a show, whether it's a guitar or a harmonica or whatever it is, hopefully it's a good show.
Well, with that said, I am going to go ahead and play right now for you off of his self-titled record. Uh-oh. I'm going to go ahead and play it for you. Dabney May, this is probably my favorite song on his record. This right here is Django Knight. Check it out.
Heck yeah, man.
fronting me. She is so deceiving. The ways of she is so deceiving. The ways of Daphne made.
That right there was Daphne May, song by my guest, Django Knight.
Yeah,
dude,
man.
that is super funky, super funky, super funky.
Thank you, man.
Super funky.
I can't wait to share with you guys a new version. It's cool.
Oh, man. So, rumor has it that you build your own guitars. Is that right?
Yeah, I do, man. I do. I wind my own pickups and yeah, I do, man. I put my own guitars together and, I don't have but a couple, but, yeah, that's what I like to do. I build some for some friends and, I am particular about my pickups. I will say they sound awesome. And, but yeah, man, building is fun. I love to paint. I love to build.
Right on. Well, what got you into building, man? Like, was it out of necessity, or was it just like, man, I want to build something?
Yeah,
cool?
it was out of necessity, man. I have, as long as I've been playing, man, I've always been interested in how things worked. When I was a kid, I got my first Squire, and like 10 minutes later, literally had it torn apart. Pickups. I pulled all the copper wire off the pickups. I completely destroyed it, but I just, I wanted to see how it worked. I mean, that's really, talking about it like a, 8 or 9 year old kid.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, man, I've always been fascinated with how things have worked, and, Strat's always been my favorite, and, my newfound favorite is the V, the flying V.
Yeah. I saw you playing that the other night, man.
Yeah, man.
And I was like, God, right on.
Yeah, man. So
I'm a Strat guy, dude. But when I heard you play that, I was like,
Yeah, man.
That sounds good, man.
Yeah, man. It's a fun. I'm not used to humbuckers, man.
Yeah, me neither, man. Me neither.
I've always been a single coil guy, but I think I'm coming around the corner on that. I think I'm making a switch, man. They have their places, man.
Right.
They have their places, and but yeah, man. The flying V has been my go-to as of late. Who knows, that could change next show. Can I be feeling it? But the V has been my go-to, man. So soon I'm getting a custom V made. It's going to be insane. It's going to be the most insane looking guitar you've ever seen in your life.
Nice, man. Nice.
So I'm excited about it, man. Real excited about it.
I'll ask you this, man. So we all have those guilty pleasures, skeletons in our closet, if you will, as far as like who we listen to. Who's your guilty pleasure, man? Who's the one? Who's that artist that like nobody would get?
I don't, bro. Like I said earlier, man. Every time I say this, I think back to where Charles Barkley said. He said, "I'll hit a man with glasses. I have no pride." But no, man, dude. I love Nick Jonas. I love Nick Jonas, man. I love Nick Jonas, dude. And his production, freaking awesome stuff. You know, so big into Nick Jonas, man.
That's crazy, man. Well, you know, he had some of the NPG on in his band.
Oh, bro, I know, man.
Sonny T in particular.
He you know, he's got it going on, man. You know, so you know, Nick Jonas, holla at your boy. But
where do you see yourself going here? Like, let's go with that 5-year plan, man. Where do you see yourself?
Wherever God takes me, bro. Wherever God takes me. And you know, my job is to just do what he tells me to do. You know, so I'm just gonna, you know, continue to play, continue to write, and listen to the Holy Spirit, man. That's just how I roll, man. You know, everybody does their own thing, and that's how I roll. So,
you know, one thing that's real kind of, you know, captivating about you is your passion. You have a lot of passion.
Oh, bro, you be on them stories. You know, you be on the Instagram stories. That's what that is.
Oh man. Well, I mean, you got passion, man. You got a lot of, you know, you got a lot of heart, and you know, you have, like I said, you got that good head on your shoulders, man. And you know, here you are smiling and laughing.
Brett's
that.
calling me. Brett will be calling me here in 10 minutes. Like, bro, what's on the story? What did he? It's so funny. I love it. I'm just being 20 something. I'm just being 20 something, you know. But no, man, dude, you can't take this. You can't. This is life, man. And you got to enjoy it. And you got to have fun. And you grow and you evolve as a person as you get older. And you know, I certainly ain't no angel. And you know, but man, I'm grateful to be here and be playing, dude. Because there's other people that should be here too, and I'm here. So just grateful, man.
What's the best piece of advice anybody has ever given you?
Jimmy Vaughn told me to play what you want to hear. So I'll never forget it. And I think about it every day, every single day. Anytime I'm doubting myself, or I'm in the studio, or it's like, dude, just play what you want to hear, you know? And you know, you got to apply that, you know, try to be smart with that, you know, but, you know, cause some days I just want to hear songs like Overjoyed over and over again, you know?
Sure.
So, but you know, just play what you want to hear. That's what he told me, man. And I'll always remember it. I was 17 years old, and my first manager took me to a concert with him, Johnny Lang, and Buddy Guy, I believe it was. Got to meet Jimmy, and he was just smiling and all super kind. And you know, I asked him the same thing you just asked me. You know, and that's what he told me. So,
how does that apply to you when you write? Like, do you have a process in how you write, or you know, is it lyrics? Is it melody? Is it your guitar? Is it a riff? Is it, you know, how do you write?
It depends. Sometimes, like, I could have a chorus, you know what I mean? Or I could have a good hook or a good idea, or, you know, a good melody. It just depends. You know, sometimes I come up with a cool riff on piano. I write a lot of my songs on piano. And then, you know, go to the guitar. But some songs, man, I write on the bass. You know, you be sitting there playing bass and come up with a bass line and, you know, a certain groove. And then, you know, you pull out, I pull out the drum machine and lock it in and go from there. But it depends, man. But typically what I think I can summarize it and honestly say a lot of my stuff starts off musically, you know, before lyrics, because I try to be sure the lyrics have a good hook, they're catchy, you know, the melodies are good, and you know, for me, starting with the music has always been what's worked best. So I would say that's how I write, you know, the majority of the time. Regardless of what instrument it's on, usually I start with a riff, or I'm a big riff guy, especially with guitar. You know, I'm a riff dude. I like to write riffs, and yeah, man.
Dig it, man. No, absolutely. We're gonna go ahead and listen to one more song here off of Django's self-titled release here. We had talked a little bit about this. I'm going to throw down right about now. We're going to listen to Last Child. This is an Aerosmith cover.
It is an Aerosmith cover.
But man, let me tell you, this is,
No, thank you, man.
You put up quite the argument, bro. You put up.
No, ain't no argument.
I love this, man.
It's not.
I love it.
It ain't no argument, man. Them dudes. Hey, bro, those guys created that song. I ain't even gonna cover it, bro. You know, I mean, I'm just covering it. Yeah, I mean, dude.
I'll put it this way, man. I love what you did with it.
Well, thanks, man.
I love what you did with it. So here we go. This is Last Child, everybody. Check this out.
Song. Go listen to the original one after this, please.
Man, I don't know, dude. I love that song. I've always loved that song, but what you did with it, man, I did a double take the very first time I heard that. I had to listen to it again, and I just, those guys made it funky. You made it super funky, and man, I love it. I love it. I just wanted to modernize it a little bit, and
their music should be around forever. And I personally feel like the young people should keep playing that music, and they should know who Aerosmith was, man, and is.
Right.
Especially back in that time when they were creating that music, man, it's special. It's iconic stuff, and it'll be around forever. And the greatest rock and roll band of all time, bro, hands down. Hands down. The greatest blues band of all time is ZZ Top. But but yeah, man, just those Aerosmith has always been my favorite rock band, bro. There's nobody that can nobody has that swagger, bro. Steven Tyler is the big influence on me, man. You might not know it, but big influence on me, dude. The guy has so much swag, it's ridiculous,
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. So, yeah, he's incredible frontman, and he can sing, man.
Oh, bro,
he can sing.
There will never be anybody like Steven Tyler, man. He's a generational talent.
I agree. Well, let's look at that for a second, man. It's nice to hear you say, like, yeah, you feel that this music is timeless, and I believe you, and I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you. So, with that said, as you were talking here, man, I got to ask, like, how do you feel about the music biz today, right? I mean, you were talking about Aerosmith having those classic timeless songs. What about today, man? And especially as somebody who is coming up and trying to break into the biz and doing all that he can. How do you see the music business today?
The same as it's always been. Me personally, I mean, I'm only in my 20s. But music will always evolve. The business will always evolve. You deal with it, and you can't cry and complain about it. Otherwise, time will pass you by. So you might as well just close your face and get in the studio and write great music and put it out and share it with the people, man. And try to find out what part of you being an artist conveys to the people that makes them want to come see you and want to, and want to be a part of what you're doing. Perfect example, Samantha Fish. This girl has evolved over the course of her career and continuously stayed relevant. And dude, now she's the baddest chick in music. So,
she's got a rocket pack, strapped to her back, man.
Yeah, you gotta, that's what. Big time players make big time plays. That's really what that's about, man. I mean, and she's a big time player, Kingfish, big time player. These people are going to be around for a minute, and I'm honored to say that I'm friends with these people, man. And
likewise.
I get to work with them, and we get to work with them. You got to evolve, man. You got to evolve. You can't get stuck in time, and you can't get complacent with your music and just assume that everyone's going to like what you want to hear. It's like I said earlier, you have to apply that phrase, play what you want to hear, and you got to apply that properly. Everybody's just out here trying to make it happen, man, and that's all you could do. Is the business will always evolve. Music will always evolve. It's never ended. It's been the same. Everybody's battled the same adversity. Everybody's had the same. It's what it is, man. You just make music, make it to the best of your ability, and put it out, man, and share it with the people, bro.
Beautiful. Very well said too. What advice would you give to those that are starting out?
I'm doing the Elon Musk thing where I take 9 minutes to answer because it's an important question, and I need to think about it for a second. Sure. I would tell them something that they wouldn't probably be able to understand, is that you got to find your own identity. You know what I mean? You got to find your own image. You got to find your own identity musically, and that's it. You got to find your own who are you? You know, because we've already seen Hendrix, we've already seen Stevie Ray Vaughan, we've already seen Prince, we've already seen Stevie Wonder, we've already seen Joe Bonamassa, we've already seen Eric Gales. Who are you? You know, I say that, I guess, to young guitar players, you know, man, don't get locked in, man. Just keep rolling and learn everyone you can. You know, if I could go back and start playing guitar earlier when I had the time to actually invest in learning and you know, that's the time you're supposed to be doing that stuff. Learn everything you can, you know. That's what makes these guys so great, man. That's what makes guys like Gales and Bonamassa and Joe Satriani and Doug Rappaport and Eric Steckel and yada, yada, yada. That's what makes these guys great is that, you know, they can sit down in any situation and jam. You know, they can sit down in any situation and hold their own, you know. But just in general, man, just you got to find your own identity. You know, you got to have your own swag. You got to have your own style. And you got to believe in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, you ain't going to do nothing. You know, I'll tell you that right now. So my dad used to tell me when I was a kid, if it is to be, it's up to me. Dude, that phrase, I think about it every day. You know, just got to get after it and find your own style, man.
I think that is such a great piece of advice and something that you don't hear a lot these days. So
yeah, man, you got to keep it 100, bro.
Oh yeah. I mean, you know, and again, this is one of those things about you that you have that good head on your shoulders, man. And you know, you're able to convey that in such a way that, and because that's a very real thing that,
yeah, man, it's easy to get caught. Hey man, listen, I was a kid, bro. I was a kid I was the 13-year-old kid that had the SRV on the pick guard, bro. Right. You know, I was that kid. You know, I was that kid that I still have 10 Stevie Ray Vaughan posters up in my house. I still have 900 Hendrix posters, bro. I still want to burn a guitar on stage. But, dude, I mean, you got to find your own identity. If you do cover something, there's some people that say this, and I totally disagree. People say, you know, when it comes to covers, you know, make it your own. That's not possible, bro. You can't make it your own. You can't take and I think and that reason why I say that is because, dude, I mean, if somebody were to cover one of my songs and you ain't do it how I wrote it, you know what I mean? You can't, that's not your song. You know what I mean? So if you cover a song, you know, if you want to sprinkle, as my manager says, you sprinkle a little bit of, you know, of your own flavor on it. You sprinkle, but man, the integrity and the original, the you know, like I can't stand changing keys of songs. If I cover a song, I want to do it in the original key, right. You know, unless it's a song that, you know, it's easier for the crowd to sing in a certain key, or, you know, it's easier for me to sing in a certain key and it's not a song that's known for being in a certain key. Like everyone knows Superstition's in E flat. So why would you play it in F? Right. You know what I mean? You know, it's just not that kind of song. Man, this is like therapy. Thanks.
You're welcome. But integrity is a good thing, man.
Dude, integrity, yeah, man.
It's the best thing.
You know, yes, you want to, you know, you certainly want to, you shouldn't have to make a cover your own. You should be your own artist. And it should, when you do the song, it should come out as you doing the song. And that's what that phrase, I think, is what most people try to, you know, say. It just sounds the wrong way. Right, right. But dude, you can't take someone's song and make it your own. I mean, that's not like, bro, you know, that's not how that works. You know, like, this is my painting. You know, no, that's not, you know, dude.
I get it. And that's actually, that's brilliant. That's brilliant.
Yeah, it's not brilliant. It's just a fact, bro. I mean,
well, yeah, but I mean, the way that you said that, the way that came across, you're very eloquent with your words, man. You're very eloquent with your words. Man, that's Metamucil.
Because I'm trying not to slip up over here. But yeah, man. I mean, and I guess it goes back to the whole, you know, finding who you are type thing, you know. Sure.
Cool. So here we're getting to the end here, man. So the way that we usually do this at the end, so I'm just going to ask you questions. Top of your head, man. Top of your head.
Ooh.
Just throw out the answers. You ready for this one?
No.
Top 3 guitar players.
Prince would be number 1 for me, and I know everybody's like, "Oh, come on!"
Oh like, man, I hear you, and I totally feel you.
If you know, you know, and if you don't know, you just don't know. Man, Prince is number one, bro. For multiple reasons. You know what, bro? I take that back. Hendrix is number one for me personally. Hendrix is number one because of the way he was able to innovate and create.
Sure.
What he was able to accomplish in such a short lifespan, bro. Songwriting and his playing was so mature. So Prince would probably come in number two for me personally. And it's just not fair. We got to do eras, bro. This is like we do basketball next.
Love it,
dude, bro. I mean, I can't sit here and be a fool and not put Joe in there because I don't think that we've ever seen anyone as well-rounded as him as a guitar player.
Wow.
In general. And you said guitar player.
Yes.
But the reason why I pick my list in the order that I do is based off of other things, not necessarily pertaining to guitar. So this is the most subjective,
Sure.
Dude, I mean, you could ask me tomorrow and I could probably say three different dudes.
Of course. Next one is if you could tour with anybody right now, who would it be?
Ooh, right now, Stevie Wonder.
Bam. I could see that too, man. I could see that happening.
Yeah, fine. Hey, man. I'm ready. Let's go. I don't think Stevie's doing much touring anymore, but Stevie, if you ever want to open her, no, I was kidding. No, man. Stevie Wonder, or Gary Clark Jr. Man, I think it would be awesome to work with Gary Clark Jr.
That's another good one.
I haven't got to meet him, but you're talking about a hell of a musician and hell of a player.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Tour Gary Clark Jr.
All right, man. If there's one song you wish you wrote, what would it be?
One song I wish I wrote? Man, I've never thought of it. That's a good question. If I narrow it down, I know it's going to be a Prince or Stevie song. So that's why I'm trying to,
Wow. Okay.
There's no question, bro. I mean, that's the two best songwriters of all time. No question. No, I don't want to hear nobody arguing. Shut your faces. I'm not dealing with it, dude. We're not gonna play no games here. Ain't nobody write no better songs than Stevie Wonder and Prince.
Oh,
it ain't. Dude, honestly, man, one song I wish I wrote, "Legs" by ZZ Top.
There you go. Wow. Yeah. No.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, man.
I love the answer, man. Well, I have been chatting with Django Knight. Django, dude, thank you so much for being on the show, my bro.
Thank you for having me, man. It's fun. We got to do it again.
Yeah, I wish you all the best, man. This guy is the real deal, everybody.
Thank you, man.
He is creating something so unique and so fun. Go check him out. Actually, before we go, where can people find you, man?
Google. No, everywhere, man. Instagram at Django Knight, DJANGOKNIGHT. Facebook, same thing, Django Knight. Yeah, man, just connect with me, man. And let's do some dope music.
Yeah, man. Yeah, this is Django Knight, everybody. Yeah, well, there you have it. Another one in the books, y'all. I want to thank my special guest this week, Mr. Django Knight. Man, I can't tell you how refreshing it is to speak with an artist who has such a great disposition, a great head on his shoulders. He's really hardworking. He's really passionate. He's really funny. And he's young, man. This guy's going to be around for a while. He's got such a bright future ahead of him. And come to think of it, man, I just discovered his music recently. And I love when that happens, don't you? When you find some piece of music that you just love and it just grabs onto you and it doesn't let go. That's his music to me, man. Unbelievable. He's currently out on the road with Samantha Fish. That show is electric. Go check it out. If you see Django's name on the marquee, go check out the show. He's bringing the rock, he's bringing the blues, and he's bringing a hefty dose of funk for you, and that's never a bad thing. Visit his socials and, of course, check out his music. I'm also asking you to check out my website at www.kenvaldez.com. Over there, you can find out about my music. There's also some links to my socials. I'd love to hear from all of you, so please drop me a line. Also, a little love goes a long way, y'all. If you like this show, go visit me at Venmo. My Venmo handle is at Ken Valdez. With your support, we keep the wheels on this bus moving forward and bringing artists like Django Knight to your attention. Until the next time, everybody, be good to each other. Take care of one another. Bye-bye.